This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Donald Trump continues to attack Robert Mueller and the larger special counsel investigation in general, following reports that Mueller now believes that Trump's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, lied to federal agents, which is the federal crime commonly known as a 1001 offense. As a refresher, back in August, Paul Manafort was convicted by a jury of his peers in Northern Virginia of 8 felonies. After this conviction, knowing his ostrich skin jacket wearing goose was cooked, he struck a plea deal with Robert Mueller related to another string of federal charges, during which he agreed to plead guilty and cooperate with the Office of the Special Counsel. And under this agreement, that he would provide truthful information in order to secure a more lenient sentence, specifically to avoid spending the remainder of his life in prison, ostensibly without his ostrich skin jacket. According to filings from Mueller's team, he disregarded the terms of his agreement with the United States government to provide accurate information and has now put himself in a terrible position. Based on Paul Manafort's deep ties to Russia, he was obviously of particular interest to the Mueller probe, the special counsel wanting information on the Trump campaign's involvement with Russia, and Paul Manafort, wanting to avoid a lengthy prison term, agreed to answer questions fully, truthfully, completely, and forthrightly about any and all matters of interest to the government. While Manafort's team will vigorously defend him from accusations of lying, already noting that he, quote-unquote, believes he has provided truthful information, Mueller and his team disagree and have requested a sentencing date for Manafort where they will present clear and irrefutable evidence for his, quote, crimes and lies. So, barring a presidential pardon from his pal Trump, it looks like he will live out the rest of his days behind bars. The hilarious irony being, how many members of Team Lock Her Up have pleaded guilty to federal charges and are on their way to prison? Well, Paul Manafort isn't the only one. Let's have a look at all these liars. We have Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, who pleaded guilty to lying to federal agents in December of 2017. We have Trump's former deputy campaign chairman, Rick Gates, who pleaded guilty to lying to federal agents in February 2018. We also have Trump's former campaign advisor, George Papadopoulos, who pleaded guilty to lying to federal agents in October of 2017. Then obviously we have the aforementioned real-life block-headed Minecraft character, Paul Manafort, who is heading that direction as well. But that's not all. We also have a friend of Paul Manafort who had previous business dealings with him, a Dutch lawyer named Alex van der Zwaan. He also pleaded guilty to lying to Mueller's team in February of 2018. And then, just this morning, Trump's longtime lawyer and fixer, Michael Cohen, in a charge brought by Robert Mueller, pleaded guilty to lying to Congress about the Russia investigation. Specifically, he lied about Donald Trump's Russian business deals. His lies show that Trump was engaged in business dealings with Russia during his campaign for president. A campaign for president which Russia and Vladimir Putin interfered to help elect him. So what's going on here with all this lying? What are all these people in Trump's inner circle, and even those people who are connected to people who are in Trump's inner circle, trying to hide? We don't have it all pinned down totally yet, but while this latest Manafort news was breaking, The Guardian scooped other news outlets and released a report of their own, and according to that reporting, Paul Manafort secretly met with Julian Assange of Wikileaks in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. This reporting is huge, and this story is one we're all going to want to follow closely, because if Paul Manafort did meet with Julian Assange, as The Guardian reports, this is a tremendous development in the Mueller investigation, because if Manafort met with Assange 3 times, including around the time he was working as Trump's campaign manager, it creates a bright, red, straight line directly from Donald Trump to Russia. Because remember, Assange and Wikileaks were being fed their information directly from the GRU, which is Russia's military intelligence directorate, which included, among other things, all the stolen Democratic National Committee emails and the Clinton campaign emails. This is collusion. This is conspiracy. And with the Michael Cohen news that was just dropped, there is motive above and beyond Trump's campaign to be president. The greatest motivator of all: money. Trump stood to make untold dollars by getting even more entrenched in the network of Putin and his billionaire oligarchs. Now, the pace of the office of the special counsel is going to start picking up. And I predict that we are going to start seeing a lot more developments that are going to be closer and closer to Donald Trump and those in his immediate and familial orbit. So hold on to your hair hat, Donnie Jr. Your number is getting pulled very, very soon.